Welcome back to Bike Two-Wheel World, the channel where we bring you closer to the motorcycles that create excitement, performance, and pure two-wheel adrenaline. Today, we are looking at a motorcycle that carries one of the most legendary names in motocross history, the Kawasaki KX500. The name alone is enough to bring back memories of massive two-stroke power, brutal acceleration, and riders who wanted something completely different from an ordinary dirt bike. But there is an important point we need to make before we begin. Kawasaki's official 2026 KX lineup includes models such as the KX65, KX85, KX112, KX250, KX450, and their cross-country versions. But Kawasaki has not officially listed a production 2026 KX500 in its current US lineup. Kawasaki's current official releases also show the KX327 arriving for 2027 rather than a new KX500. So, in today's video, we are treating the 2026 Kawasaki KX500 as a concept, revival, or enthusiast specification discussion rather than claiming that Kawasaki has officially launched a production KX500. That distinction matters, especially when we talk about specifications and price. There are plenty of online videos and rumors discussing a possible KX500 comeback, but those reports should not be confused with an official Kawasaki product announcement. Now, imagine Kawasaki decided to bring the legendary KX500 name back for the modern era. The result could be one of the most exciting motorcycles in the entire off-road world. The original KX500 became famous because it combined a large displacement two-stroke engine with a relatively lightweight motocross chassis. It was never designed to be gentle. It was designed to deliver an unforgettable rush of acceleration and to give experienced riders an enormous amount of power. A modern KX500 revival would therefore have a very difficult job. Kawasaki would need to preserve the character that made the name legendary while adding the chassis control, suspension technology, braking performance, ergonomics, and reliability expected from a modern competition motorcycle. From the first look, the design would almost certainly remain unmistakably Kawasaki. The signature lime green color would be one of the most important visual elements, combined with aggressive black graphics and a narrow motocross body. A modern KX-inspired design would emphasize function rather than unnecessary decoration. The bodywork would be slim, allowing the rider to move freely while standing, sitting, accelerating, braking, or attacking corners. At the front, the motorcycle would have a compact motocross-style number plate, a slim front fender, and a high-performance suspension arrangement designed for serious off-road riding. The front end would look purposeful rather than luxurious. There would be no large headlight, no touring windscreen, and no unnecessary road equipment. This would be a competition-focused machine. The side profile would probably be where the KX500's character really becomes obvious. The large engine would dominate the center of the motorcycle, while the compact fuel tank and slim side panels would help maintain the lightweight appearance expected from a motocross bike. The exhaust system would be another major visual feature. A large two-stroke expansion chamber would immediately communicate that this is not an ordinary four-stroke motocross machine. At the rear, the design would remain compact and aggressive. A lightweight subframe, narrow rear fender, competition seat, and performance exhaust would give the bike a serious racing appearance. Every component would have a purpose, because on a motocross motorcycle, unnecessary weight can directly affect acceleration, handling, jumping, and rider fatigue. And then we come to the most important part, the engine. The legendary KX500 name is historically associated with a 499cc Class 2-stroke single-cylinder engine. If Kawasaki ever produced a modern KX500, the engine would be the heart of the entire project. The appeal would not simply be the displacement number. It would be the character of a large two-stroke engine, immediate throttle response, explosive acceleration, strong mid-range torque, and that unmistakable two-stroke sound. A modern version could potentially use advanced fuel delivery, electronic engine management, and carefully engineered combustion technology to make the enormous power more controllable. However, without official Kawasaki specifications, It would be irresponsible to claim a specific horsepower figure. Online discussions sometimes suggest extremely high output figures, but those numbers should be treated as speculation until Kawasaki provides official data. What we can say is that a 500cc two-stroke motocross engine would offer far more than enough performance for experienced riders. The biggest challenge would not necessarily be producing power, it would be controlling that power effectively. Maintenance would also be an important consideration. Two-stroke engines are mechanically different from four-strokes, and a competition motorcycle requires regular attention regardless of engine type. Air filter maintenance, transmission oil, clutch inspection, chain and sprocket checks, suspension servicing, tire condition, and engine inspections would all be important. A rider considering a hypothetical KX500 should also understand that this would not be a street motorcycle. A competition motocross machine is designed for closed course use and should be ridden only in appropriate environments with proper safety equipment. Helmet, goggles, boots, gloves, chest protection, knee protection, and appropriate riding gear are essential. The motorcycle's performance should always be matched to the rider's experience. So, who would buy the 2026 Kawasaki KX500 if Kawasaki actually produced it? First, the hardcore two-stroke enthusiast. Second, the experienced motocross rider looking for something completely different. Third, the collector who wants a modern interpretation of a legendary Kawasaki. Fourth, the off-road enthusiast who simply wants one of the most dramatic motorcycles available. And finally, the rider who wants a motorcycle with personality rather than simply the latest specification sheet. For those riders, the KX500 could be something very special. The biggest question is whether Kawasaki will actually bring the name back in production form. As of now, the official Kawasaki information available for the 2026 KX lineup does not confirm such a motorcycle, so this video should be viewed as an informed concept and enthusiast review rather than an official product review. But the idea itself is fascinating. Imagine a lime green motorcycle sitting at the starting gate. The engine fires, the exhaust begins to smoke lightly, the rider blips the throttle, then the gate drops,